So let's see what this would look like coded. So this scenario, we would have 17311 for our first stage. We'd have 17312 times 2 for the second and third stage. And we'd also have 17315 times 3 because we had those blocks, the 6, 7, and 8 from the first stage, as an add-on code to report each block after the first 5 blocks for any single stage. So if we kind of look at this, if you add, the first one had 8 blocks. We had 5 blocks, plus we had 3 blocks, so that's 16 blocks. Now our first stage we're taken off of 5, so that leaves us 11 blocks. Now we can add 17315 for the 11 that we have, and that would take away 5, so now we're left with 6. Now we can add another one, that's another 5. Now we're left with 1. So now we can add another 17315, and we are left with none now. So we can charge that 3, and when we meet on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we can go over more in depth if people have questions about this for our Mohs procedure, because that's kind of a complicated one. Breast procedures. So on a breast procedure, we want to identify is it an incision, is it an excision, is it an image-guided breast biopsy, are they repairing, is it a reconstruction breast procedure, is it a biopsy, is it percutaneous or an incisional biopsy? So we want to determine what is going on, what is our procedure. Mastectomy, there are so many different mastectomy techniques. We have the term mastectomy is very broad, and it's used, includes therapeutic excision of breast tissue, and the coder must be able to determine both the extent of the excision and whether or which reconstructive techniques were provided to assign a mastectomy code appropriately. So partial mastectomy, otherwise known as a lumpectomy, a quadrantectomy, or a segmental mastectomy, is coded to 19301. A simple complete mastectomy or a modified mastectomy is 19302, and that's the removal of all breast tissue along with a portion of skin and nipple. And documentation may also include modified, that simple mastectomy, which spares the skin and nipple, but all subcutaneous tissue is still excised. Subcutaneous mastectomy, 19304, is similar to a simple complete mastectomy, except that the extent of that excision is different. The breast is dissected from the pectoral fascia and skin. Breast tissue is removed, but the skin and the pectoral fascia remain. Now, in a radical and modified radical mastectomy, radical is dissection of breast overlying skin, pectoralis major and minor, and with axillary lymph nodes. That would be in 19305. Now, if both axillary and internal mammary lymph nodes are excised, which is known as an urban type procedure, 19306 would be the code. Modified radical would be structures as above are excised, but the pectoralis major muscle and possibly even the minor muscle are spared, and that would be code 19307.